All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. A few housekeeping items before we get started. I'm Jen Heim, VP of Marketing for Navient. Everyone is muted at this time. Go ahead and use the chat box to answer any questions you might have. We'll take those all at the end, but please go ahead and put those in the chat. Introductions for the day. We're going to kick it off with Mike Carr, who's our President and CEO. John Edmondson is also on the call, which everyone here is familiar with already. I already mentioned myself. We have Greg Albert with us, who's the VP of Professional Services, and Jason Bruner, our VP of Finance. So with that, I will turn it over to Mike.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you very much for attending the webinar to learn a little bit about Navient. We really do appreciate you taking time out of your busy day and busy afternoon to spend some time to learn about Navient. We're really excited to introduce ourselves to you and entertain all questions and comments that you might have for us. What I hope to accomplish today is really just tell you a little bit about Navient, answer any questions that you might have, and as Jen mentioned, there'll be the chat feature. Certainly, you'll be able to send emails and have phone conversations as well if you want to take questions offline. But primarily, just demonstrate and give you confidence in your new Highland partner. We're thrilled to have you as partners of Navient, and look forward to serving you for many, many years. And with that, who is Navient? So Navient is a 90+ person team that has a vision for growth and a real focused vision for growth for not only our own benefit, but for our partners' benefit. We think this focus allows us to do a great job for our clients, and the circle that you see in front of you on this slide really demonstrates that focus. So the 90+ folks that work at Navient really do one thing, and it's business process management and intelligent automation technologies. And so this chart kind of demonstrates that. We really approach every engagement and all of our clients, all of our projects with a process-first approach, which means we start with a business process engagement where we're really figuring out kind of the current state and what a future state needs to look like, and then designing a solution with the intelligent automation technologies that we have as in our tool chest, so to speak, to put together the best solution for our partner clients. You can kind of see over there on the right the companies that we partner with, of course, Highland, OnBase, Brainware, Abby on the capture side of things, Cryon is an RPA player, and so just back to that focus approach. Navient is very focused in what we do. We have just a few software partners that we partner with, and we think that focus really allows us to deliver the best solutions for our clients. At the end of the day, what we want is really for our partners to be successful and for you to be successful. Our deepest desire is to have forever partnerships, and so we look forward to serving everybody on this call for not only the coming months during this transition, but for many, many years. With that, I think we'll just go to the next slide. And this, what I just really quickly want to show here is that you're in really good hands. Navient is consistently a top partner of Highland, and you can see here some of the most recent awards that Navient has received. And again, I want you to sort of have a peace and a comfort knowing that you're in good hands with Navient. The next slide. Here's just a partial list of clients, and we have 300 companies that we partner with, government agencies that we partner with, And you see here just a partial sampling of these clients. They're located in 29 different states and also Canada. And again, we are thrilled to partner with you. We look forward to developing deep relationships. One thing I love to have conversations and business conversations, personal conversations with clients. I look forward to getting to know you better. Always feel free. This is true for anybody at Navient, including me. Please shoot me an email, give me a phone call if you have any questions, any concerns, if you just want to chat and learn more about Navient or tell me more about your organization. I look forward to those conversations. And with that, I'm going to turn the presentation over to Greg, who handles our implementations and client customer success.
Thanks, Mike. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Greg Albert. I'm Vice President of Professional Services here, and I'm excited to talk through the services we offer here at Navient. First is our project management office. We have a team of expert project managers who would get staffed to your add-on implementations, net new installs, upgrades, to make sure that they're being shepherded across the finish line correctly. We also have a training team that could help with end users, super users, and making sure they know how to best use software. We have a team of architects and engineers, and these are the folks that are going to, assist with the upgrades. They're going to help configure your solution and make sure it's running in tip-top shape. We have a team of expert consultants, and these are business process consultants. These are folks who can come to your organization, review your business processes, identify areas of improvement, and see where you can best use software to improve those business processes. Mike referenced, we want you to be a forever partner. This is your forever team, the customer success team. And this is a team that's truly there for your success. They're going to make sure that your systems are working as expected. They're going to work with your break fix issues. They're going to help you with audits and looking for areas of opportunity. And then finally, we have our managed service team. We have a team of folks that will perform the admin functions at your organization. They'll make sure it's running as expected and take on the admin responsibilities for your organization. So I think it's important to put a face to a name. So here's our service leadership team. You see myself in the upper left-hand corner. We also have Chris Krause, who oversees that expert team of consultants. We have Gary Carter, who's our director of delivery, and he primarily oversees deployments as well as training engagements. We have Paul Kegler, who oversees our customer success team. He's the person who will help you with your break fix issues, your audits, your upgrades. We have Jeff Luker, who's our manager of professional services. He oversees our architect and engineering teams, as well as our managed service team. And finally, we have Mel Gatwood, who also oversees our customer success team and primarily focuses on cloud-based deployments. And for our customer success team, we have them on the screen. You can see that Mike, Jason, Matthew, and Jarek joined our customer success team from Nico, so we're really excited to have them on the team. Now, what is the Navient Customer Success Team? It's a team that is based out of all time zones here in America. We have won the highest award for support the last 18 years. And how we've done that is we don't just have baseline certifications. We're a team of experts. We have API, Workflow, Workview, OCI. We have those more advanced certifications so we can provide you better support. And ultimately, we come at support from a customer empowerment philosophy. And what that means is we want you to be successful. We want you to learn the software, grow with it, and be able to operate it on your own. So working with Navient support, our business hours are 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific. That's our standard hours when we'll have folks on call to work through issues. We'll monitor the email box. That said, we always have someone on call 24/7. If you have a critical emergency, a system down, I want you calling us no matter what time of day, when it is. Now, how do you contact us? We have multiple ways of contacting us. The first is email, support@navient.com. We also have a customer portal, which I'll reference in a few slides. We also have a live chat feature, which is great if you have a quick question you need to ask the team. And then finally, we have that phone line. We have a phone pool during our standard business hours. And as I referenced, we have 24/7 support. So if you call after hours, you will get someone. Now, moving forward from today, I ask you submit any issues, any help needs to support@navient.com, and the team will get that triaged. And if you'd like portal access, and I'm going to show you the portal in a few slides, please do contact support@navient.com, and they'll go ahead and get you set up with portal access. So let's talk about the Navient customer portal. If you go to navient.com and go to customer support, you'll see a number of different options. In the upper left-hand corner, you see Navient customer portal. If you go ahead and click on that and log in, you're going to get to our portal page. And on our portal page, we try to keep it simple for submitting an issue. Just go ahead and give us the urgency on your issue, the title, a descriptive title, and then ultimately a description of your issue. We have some questions up on top to prompt you, but as soon as you submit this, this will go to our team and they'll start getting it triaged out. I also referenced the live chat. Again, if you go to that customer support page off navient.com, you're going to get prompted, do you want to chat with us? And it's a pretty simple screen. Just put in your name, your organization, and any question, what you need help with, and our team will monitor that and then respond to you. Now, we have expectations for our team. Our goal is to triage any issue submitted within 1 hour of submission. We commit to 3 hours, but our ultimate goal is 1 hour from the time it's submitted to the time we contact you. That said, if you ever have a system down, a critical emergency, I want you calling in. Our expectation is the rep who takes that call will stay on the line with you until that issue is resolved. System downs cause major problems to our businesses, and we treat them with the highest criticality. Now, follow-ups on non-critical issues, we'll follow up every 24, 48 hours as we work through with your teams on issues. Now, we use Teams and GoToMeeting sessions to address issues. If you do have a preference when working with one of our techs, please do let us know. We send monthly surveys. So if you submit an issue in a given month, you will get a survey for that month. I encourage you, please fill out these surveys. It is how we improve as a team. I review each survey submitted individually so I can help improve the team and provide better service. And finally, we have that support phone number. That will be going to a phone pool during standard business hours to get you someone, or if you have that critical issue after hours, it will go to an on-call. So I won't go through all the details on this slide, but this is how we view issue and severity. We have severity 1 through 4. And really, again, just to reference, if you have a severity 1, please don't send it via email or the portal, just call us. We want to get a hold of you and make sure we resolve that issue right away. So let's talk about our service level, our support level agreement. So this is a great tool we have here at Navient. First, it provides unlimited business hour support. So from that 5 a.m. to 5 p.m., you can contact us regarding any questions, any issues, any support related matter, or any questions about what you're trying to do with the system. It also comes with a reduced rate for after hours support, as well as configuration, a reduced rate for that configuration. You get status check-ins, which are a great opportunity to connect with the customer success team. We hold regular meetings with you to review, what are your open issues? What are you encountering? What are you looking to do? To make sure that if you even have a minor issue, that we're getting that resolved for you. You get access to fantastic webinars and training events, and I actually referenced a few of them down below. These happen on a monthly basis and are really informative about your solution. And then finally, we have the Navient Reporting Dashboard Bundle. This is a great tool that's available to you under the SLA, and it now has over 75 reports that help monitor your system and allow you to increase its performance. Another part of the SLA is our annual audit, and we have a comprehensive audit of your system. This is something that is available to you under SLA, and it really takes a deep dive. It gets under the hood of the system. And it sees, where do we have the opportunity to improve? Where are things that can increase in efficiency? I encourage you now as Navient customers, please do reach out to support@Navient to request this complimentary annual audit. Now, speaking about complimentary things, as new Navient customers, we are going to give you a year of this SLA complimentary. So this means you'll get that unlimited business support, the audits, all those great things that come under our SLA, you'll get it for the next year. And as one final item, I do want to talk about our welcome guide. Although many of you are not brand new to your Highland journey, this is a great tool for you to review that shows all the opportunity with Highland, all the training options, everything that is available to you. So I encourage you to reach out to support@navient.com if you'd like a copy of this, or if you have any questions about anything. But with that, thank you for your time today, and I'm going to turn it over to Jason, our Vice President of Finance.
Great, thank you, Greg. On behalf of the accounting and finance team here at Navient, just want to wish you a warm welcome here. I'd like to cover 3 quick topics. First, introduce you to the sales and operational support team. That's what we internally refer to ourselves as here. Then talk about some of the expectations during the transition from the accounting and finance side of things. And then finally, just briefly go over what the renewal cycle will look like here at Navient. So for our team, for renewals and new orders, you're going to work very, very closely with these 2 bright smiling faces, Carrie, our contracts administrator, and Jody, our accounting assistant. If you have any questions or anything related to orders or renewals, please feel free to reach out to that purchasing@navient.com email address. It is a team monitored inbox, so you're going to receive a very, very prompt response. And my contact information is there on the bottom as well. If there's anything you need at any point in time, please feel free to reach out and let me know how I can help. So moving on to some of the transitional items from the accounting side of things. Really, earlier this week, you should have received an email, the primary contact for your organization, specifically from the accounting team. Attached would have been Navient's master terms and conditions documentation, as well as Navient's W-9 to help set up Navient as a vendor within your organization. From the master terms and conditions, most clients are able to review that, sign that, send it back. We'll get that processed and in place. If your organization does require any additional agreement assignments or anything like that, or any additional information or forms to help get set up as a vendor with your organization, please let us know at that purchasing@navient.com inbox. And we've worked with a lot of different organizations in the past, so we're here to help work through all those processes. On the billing side of things, once there is a signed statement of work for any new orders, whether that's a project or some subscription, once we receive that, we're going to go ahead and bill any subscriptions once that's received. And professional services, typically the 2nd or 3rd business day of the month, we're going to be billing for the prior month's professional services activities. And really, just to keep it simple, whatever company has invoiced your organization, go ahead and pay that particular company during this transition. And then finally, what maintenance renewals look like or subscription renewals look like here at Navient. About 90 days prior to your expiration, we're going to go ahead and send out a contract that's going to detail out what that next renewal is going to look like. If you have any questions, please reach out at that purchasing@navient.com email address, and we'll get those addressed. If everything looks good, in 2 weeks, we're going to go ahead and send out that renewal invoice, giving you enough time to get that in and get processed prior to expiration. And then if you do require a purchase order, let us know, and we'll make sure we get that processed accordingly for your organization. So with that, I'd like to hand it over to our VP of Marketing, Jen, to talk about some of the Navient extras.
All right, I'm back. Just want to take an opportunity to introduce you to my team. There are 9 of us in the marketing department at Navient. We have, for the last 2 years, back-to-back years, won Marketing Excellence Partner of the Year from Highland. So basically what that says is you're in really good hands. We do share a lot of extras with our clients. We hope you enjoy. The first one is this summit. We host an annual conference, and we typically host it in the fall. We've done it virtually the past 2 years as our footprint has grown, and COVID has obviously impacted how all of us consume information. It's a 2-day event. We have it structured currently where it's 3 hours a day for those 2 days. There's a general session, there's 30-minute breakout sessions, there's workshops that are interactive. You get to talk to other clients and our consultants about challenges and just have that group discussion. There's networking opportunities. There's always an executive session. And we do bring in Highland into that conference as well on occasion. So it's definitely well worth your time. That 3rd day of the conference, it's like this secret special day that we actually host on-base recertifications for free for all of our clients. So if anyone has system admin or a workflow certification, you can recertify at our conference for free, and we offer that every year. In addition to our event, obviously Community Live is Highland's largest event. They just hosted it. It's a phenomenal event. I thought this year was their best yet. It was virtual again. The plan is that it will be in person and virtual. They will have this hybrid model going forward for anyone that's not able to travel there. So I would encourage you, if you didn't already register for it, I know it happened last week, but you could still go in and watch sessions through the end of the year. They had some phenomenal keynotes that talked about kind of working from home and what that looks like in the industry and how they've adapted and where they see kind of the world headed with some of their peers. They had Michael Phelps and Mike Tirico on from the Olympics as a keynote. They had another keynote, Bronwyn, that spoke about kind of work-life balance and how to bring your best self to work when we're all in this work from anywhere environment. But some phenomenal things. There was certainly a lot on the cloud if you're interested in that piece, but I encourage you to check that out. If you haven't already, you definitely can still register and consume that content on your own. A couple other things I know Greg mentioned, his team offers a webinar on a monthly basis. So that kind of funnels through marketing. They're run by support. So you can see the ones we have coming up. There's one in December on .comp, and then there's a spotlight webinar on the opposite months, which is like, think of it more as like a new solution that you might not have yet in your solution, but they are the most popular ones that many of our clients have identified as a best practice. So those are, again, every month. If there are any tribes on this call, TribalNet is coming up. It's in Texas this year. We will be there. We do have a tribal practice as well. Speaking of groups, we have, if you're in the local government space, we do have a great community of practice group, we call it. It's really a user group meant for Navient clients. So opportunity to get together. We have hosted in person in the past with the opportunity to join remotely since our footprint has greatly expanded. We definitely see that within our local government clients, and counties, municipalities love to get together and gather and talk about what they're doing and how they've built their solution out. Definitely a more self-sufficient group. So love to see those conversations and connections happening, and this is a way to facilitate that. Advanced Community of Practice Group is for more clients that have a more sophisticated solution. They're really experienced on-base users. They like to get together and gather and talk about challenges, and sometimes we bring in a speaker on a topic that they're interested in, but just know that those two opportunities are available. So go ahead and reach out to me if you're interested in any of those opportunities. They are free, obviously, to attend for our customers. Wanted to point out a couple things on our website. We do have a tremendous resource library. It's filled with a ton of free premium content. Those webinars that Greg had mentioned that his team hosts, there's a complete catalog of those on our website. Under resources, you would click on resource library, go to type video, and then select on-base, and you will see them all pop up. So everyone we've recorded for the last, however long that are still relevant are all out there. Beyond the website, we also have a phenomenal blog that has a lot of industry trends on there. The support team posts blog articles on there as well that are obviously more technical in nature. It is password protected, so there's a simple way to grab that password. Highland requires us to do that because sometimes we're sharing, proprietary information, I guess, about their solution. But it's obviously free for clients to attend. There's definitely exclusive content on there. In addition to the blog, we have LinkedIn. We have a pretty great LinkedIn presence. I would encourage you to follow us on LinkedIn if you haven't already gone out there and checked it out. We are pretty active. And YouTube, another great resource for us. We do have on staff someone that was just named as the top 20 digital transformation technologists in the US. So I encourage you, there's a ton of video content out there on our YouTube channel, which I'll walk through in a second. To get to YouTube for us, you can go to our website, across the bottom, just scroll down, or at the top, click on the YouTube icon, it takes you to this kind of landing page of these different playlists. We have them grouped in what our clients feel are the most popular ones. So this digital transformation talks is an excellent place to go if you're just looking for like what's going on in the industry. We have that technologist that's on staff that has interviewed many different people from different industries, but they're all thought leaders on a variety of topics that everyone seems to be talking about these days. So those are published weekly, so definitely check that out. We also have something on robotic process automation. That's another topic that's been trending, obviously, as the world has changed. So we have an entire YouTube series on that as well. And then these 60-second kind of explainer videos where we talk about a topic in 60 seconds or less and explain it. So I encourage you to check out those. They're not all on-base related. Again, there are a lot of industry terms in there. And then in addition to those webinars that we have recorded on our website, they're also actually on YouTube under this specific on-base training YouTube channel, if that's your preferred way to get content. I just have 2 things left. On-base community website, I encourage you to check that out. If you're not already a member, it is free. If you're using the on-base platform, you can just log into that. There's a great sense of community there. You can pull down MRGs for your system. You can join user groups there, wide variety of content. So I encourage you to explore that further. They've really evolved that platform a lot if you haven't checked it out lately. And the last thing I just wanted to mention is on-base training. I already talked about the recertification piece, but if anyone's interested in getting their initial certification, we certainly can help with that. I'm sure you're all aware that Highland has kind of moved to this virtual environment for those trainings. It's with a live instructor, you're logging into a virtual environment and you're really getting the same experience. So they've done a phenomenal job with that. We do have quite a few clients that certify this way. So if you are interested, you just email purchasing@navient.com and we will go ahead and work out what date you want and what you're looking for, and then you can train. So with that, I am done with my piece. So let's move into questions. I know if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, or I see some in the questions panel as well. One that I can take is someone asked, are we going to get a digital copy of this presentation? Absolutely. We're going to send out the recording and we'll send out a PDF of it as well along with it. So that one I can certainly take. Greg, there is a question for you about the portal, and he's just asking, can anyone create a portal account and is it associated with a company?
A great question. So you're really saying how the portal associates with companies. So if you would like to submit an issue or have access to the portal, you can go ahead and go to support@navient.com and the team can get you set up. What that's going to do is give you a view of your organization's portal. So your account would be tied to your organization and you'll see all tickets for your organization.
Great, thanks, Greg. Are there any other questions that anyone has? Seems like we maybe have covered most things, but I'll give people another minute if they wanted to pop anything in there. But this recording will be made available. I did see a question just pop in about microfilm that needs to be scanned and archived into OnBase. We can certainly, we have a few partners we work with in those areas. So Melvin, we can reach out to you directly on that question. And then I do see another kind of specific question from UC Davis. So Rodrigo, I will definitely reach out to you on that, or have the salesperson reach out to you, talking about just being supported. Greg, I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer this one, but I do see one from Julie Dackler that says, we're using OnBase and we're wondering if the screens and portals will stay and look the same. So probably need.
Yes. So obviously, without all the details around the situation, your OnBase solution should not change. We are going to be able to provide support for the solution you have today. But if this is a question you have about a specific feature of OnBase you want to talk more about, we can definitely do that. And really, for anything, I encourage you to reach out to support@navient.com.
Excellent. I know Damaris is asking, do we have a dedicated account manager? Absolutely. I can look that up after Damaris and reach back out to you. Oftentimes they stay the same as they were. So I will make sure that your account manager, if you haven't already heard from them, most of you should have already heard from them, but if you haven't, we will make sure they reach out to you after this call. All right, with that, we are at 4 o'clock. Any other questions that come into the chat, I will make sure your salesperson reaches out to you directly. I do see a few others about upgrades and things like that. So with that, thank you all for joining us. We look forward to serving you, and we hope you have a great rest of your afternoon. Thank you.